I came home from the war, but for years, it never truly felt like I had returned. If you've ever felt invisible in the very world you helped protect, this story might stay with you longer than you expect. In a quiet town on the edge of Nebraska, an elderly man named Paul lived alone in a small wooden house miles away from the main road. People called him the Old Vet. Some said he was cold, distant. Children whispered stories about him. No one knew what was real, and honestly, no one asked. He lived quietly, but every Sunday exactly at 11 a.m., he would sit by the window facing a worn-out photo. A group of young soldiers smiling arms around each other. Only one of them still lived in this world, Paul. One afternoon, a young mail carrier, 10-year-old Lucas, lingered at the door. He saw Paul sitting still, gazing at the photo. So he asked, "Are they your friends?" Paul nodded slightly. "They're the ones I think about the most," he replied. Lucas returned the next day, holding a small wooden frame. "This picture deserves to be up on a wall," he said gently. Paul stared at the boy for a long time. Then slowly, he smiled. That night, he framed the photo and hung it on his living room wall for the first time in nearly 50 years. Not because the past had changed, but because someone had finally cared enough to remember. A few weeks later, Lucas came by again. This time, the house was quiet, lights dimmed, but on the table there was a new letter written, but not yet mailed. Lucas opened it and read, "For decades I lived like a shadow here, but never fully seen. But someone knocked on my silence and reminded me I still matter. Some battles leave no scars on the body, but echo quietly in the heart. Sometimes all it takes is one small act of kindness to remind someone they're still a part of this world." If you've ever known someone like Paul, or if you've ever felt forgotten in your own life, drop A in the comments. Not for praise, but so we know you're still here and we see you. Subscribe to Brightside Tales, where quiet stories find a voice and forgotten hearts find a place to belong.